Alright everyone, it's time for an update. What I got going on here. See the red bell pepper starting to turn red. The tomato plant's doing extremely well. And my yellow pepper is doing well as well. And it's starting to flower, but you can see it right there. Got a few of them on there. Same with my tomato plant. You can see it's flowering there. Got a whole bunch of flowers on this tomato plant. So what I'm going to do with this plant, I'm going to raise the ppm up higher on this one because it's only sitting at 1600. It can go up to like 35 or 3700. Both the red and the yellow bell pepper, they're pretty much already maxed out on the ppms for the nutrients. And here's the red bell pepper. I'm pretty sure they're going to get bigger than this. These just started turning red. You can see here, this one's turning red as well. I got one back here. And I got some flowering there. Hopefully they'll come out a little better. Like I said, these four here were already on the plant when we bought them, so they might be a little small when they're done. Let's see. I got my water here that I let sit outside for like a day or two to make sure all the chlorine is out of them. I got one more in storage and one I just set outside. Because this one here is eating a lot. I'll get to that in a minute. But I'm going to open this one up. Check the roots on this one, which is not really doing much of anything. They're not coming out long. They're kind of staying in there. The water level hasn't gone down. I kind of bumped the water level up a little bit just to get it touching the bottom of this, trying to help the plants out. That's the red bell pepper, and the yellow bell pepper is doing much better. These got roots coming out, water levels a little low. I'm gonna top this one off, get it back up. Yeah, because it's at the bottom of the net cup down there, just at the very bottom of the net cup. And the tomato plant is drinking water. The bucket is like almost half empty. And you can see the root system just went crazy. If y'all looked at my last video, I was surprised by the root systems then, and now this one is just went crazy, as y'all can tell here. Hopefully I'm getting a good angle at it. And you can see how deep down the water level is. I don't know if you can see that little ring, that little dirty ring down there on the side. That's where the water level kind of sat, and then it just sprouted. So I'm going to fill this back up with water, up the nutrients higher since it's starting to bloom a little bit now. Not a little bit, but a lot. It's starting to flower. Hopefully it'll start producing tomatoes here the next 2 weeks. Got my nutrients down there. But that's basically it. An update. I haven't done anything up here yet. Still waiting. I'm debating. I don't know. But just to give another look on how low the water is. It's not even touching the net cup. So haven't got my tripod set up yet. I've just been kind of waiting these last 2 weeks, really 3 weeks really. Tomorrow we'll start the third week, but I figure it's only a day. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. The last video I made was on July 31st, so that puts it at 2 weeks, a full 2 weeks. So this one's doing extremely well. I'm gonna compare my two videos. when I look at them later to see how everything progressed. Also notice, if you noticed, I took the tomato plant off the stool, because now it's a good 12 inches, so we're in the safe zone. They're at the same height as the other plants. So I'm gonna do my nutrients, add the water, and then I'll be back. Alright everyone, I'm back, and maybe like an hour later back. So I kind of ran into a problem, kind of didn't. The pH levels that they're at now aren't to what I want them to be. That's part of my OCD. This one's sitting at 5.8. The tomato plant sitting at 5.5, which is kind of like the minimum, but it's okay for the amount of nutrients that I have in there, which I wanted to raise the nutrients up higher, but I'll leave it for now. And this one is sitting at 5.5 as well, I believe. I'll retest them again so y'all can see it. But I want them to be like around 6, like the peppers like at 6 and the tomato at 6.5 or at 6 or 6.4. And if I added more nutrients, my pH levels was going to drop, and they're already at the minimum, and I don't have any pH up. I didn't buy any pH up. I just bought pH down. I tried using tap water to bring it up, which it did bring this one up from 5.5 to like 5.7, 5.8. But it's like I had to fill it up a lot down there. I don't know if you could tell. I had to fill it up a lot. Which I'm okay with this one, because there was more nutrients in it than I would like, or it was a higher ppm more than I would like. It was actually over the recommended, so it actually dropped it down, so I'm fine with that. But like I said, this plant is the one with the roots that's just not doing much of anything. I mean, it's not going down like the rest of these are. It's just kind of staying in the neck, which makes me think that the roots are just expanding in the pot here with the soil. I'm not sure, but I will show you the pH in the systems now. This one here, like I said, you can see it 5.8, which it was 5.5, and the tap water brought it up to like 5.7, 5.8, and they've been circulating, or the water's been in here for a while now, so it has time to do its thing. This one's at 5.4, like I said, 5.5, which is like the minimum for the tomato plants. And this one here is 5.7. So like I said, mainly my OCD, I was kind of worried about the pH levels, but they're at the minimum specs. It's not too acidic for the plants. It should be straight. The hydroponics store closed today at 3. I looked at my clock, it was 4. I was like, well, really didn't feel like driving 40 minutes one way anyway. I tried to call up my friend that I'm in partners with making another hydroponic or aeroponic system. Yeah, aeroponic system that I said in my previous video, and he said these pH levels were pretty much spot on, so, which he is kind of right. But here's the ppm for this one. It's at, so it's been bouncing between 16 and 1700, and 1720, 1730 is the max ppms for the bell peppers, and this one's at 17.2 as well. What was this one again? 17.7, so it's a little high. This one was actually 19. When I added the tap water, it came down. And the tomato plant is sitting at 24.40. 2240, 2440, somewhere around there, which is fine because it has a max ppm of 3200, which is where I want it to be at today. But since the pH is already sitting at 5.5, the minimum is fine. I'm gonna get my pH up maybe Monday. Today's Saturday, and maybe when the tomatoes start growing, I'll bump it up to closer to the 3200 mark. That way it gets all the nutrients that it needs. And the plants are doing pretty well. I see a little curling here, so I'm thinking I may have to invest in some cow mag to get the calcium up and all that. These little wrinkles right here, I'm not really sure. I don't know if they're still new plants or new leaves or what. But this one, y'all seen the water level, how low it was. The ppms on here was actually all the way down to 15. It was either 1300 or 1500. So it was eating a lot of nutrients, and that's actually below what the ppm is supposed to be for the nutrients. So now that y'all seen, I got it up to 2400. So this actually took a gallon of water that I had. A gallon? Yeah, this one took about a half a gallon. Then I topped it off with tap water to try to bring up the pH, which did. And I added some in here. It was a little bit, nothing to be concerned about. But this one here was the lowest out of all of them. And I'll show the roots again, because I'm fascinated at these roots. And see, I got a lot of nutrients in there, starting to foam up and everything. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me see if I can get a good view of the tomato plant, or the tomato flower. See this flower in there? You know, these GoPros, you know, they don't have no zoom autofocus. It is what it is. So hopefully I'm not too close. I could use my app to see what I'm looking at, but it just, my phone it's not the best of phones, so it's a bit laggy, a bit buggy with the app. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna put these covers back on. They've been off for a while because I've been researching how to raise my ppms to raise my pH level without having a pH up solution. And I couldn't find anything. They're talking about using peroxide, mixing it with some other stuff, and that just seemed a little bit too complicated. It shouldn't be that hard, but then of course I came across a whole thing about urine and stuff like that, so I ain't doing nothing like that. That's crazy. And something about Epsom salt, but I don't think Epsom salt is designed to do something like that. So, but I'm gonna wait, let it see. Like I said, 5.5 for this one is the bare minimum, so I don't think it'll be too acidic. And 5.7, 5.8 is fine. Let me look at my app here again. I think the minimum is 5.5, if I'm not mistaken, or 5. Well, I know the first time around with this one here, it was way low, like 5.3. Apps pop up. Yeah, bell pepper, the lowest is 6.0. So I'm right there. So it might be a little too acidic, but hopefully it'll work itself out. So, and here is the pH. I have a digital, like I said, the digital, and this one, you can see right here that I'm in the high 5 zone, close to 6. This one was from the red bell pepper. So I'm right below the recommended, and I just calibrated this today. So it's spot on. But other than that, that's it. I'm gonna fill these 2 gallons back up. Is that the only one I use? Yeah, fill these 2 gallons back up and set it outside with the other one. And yeah, that's my update. The next update will probably be these tomatoes starting to grow. I'm gonna come back, do another video, probably another 2 weeks. All right.